Okay, so this is gonna be the first video with my voice over it. I did originally record it with a mic, however, it did not work out the way I wanted it to, but we're gonna be playing Little Man Has a Day. It's really sweet actually. It's not like a bad game, but it is like the first video I'm making with my voice. So we're gonna keep trying to get this to work because it's just not fair if it doesn't. Because I do want a video with my voice. But the little character's so cute. And like his little animations are cute. Woke up and felt a bit not sad, just stuck or something. Don't feel like doing much. I'll just try to take a small walk and journal about it. Oh, this clears my head. See, I think the little journal concept is cute. And then I didn't know this page was gonna be there, so it's like, wish I could have soup today, but it's too hot for soup. Apparently our character has a dentist at 9:30. Hanged out with Tim, no soup but pasta, now sleep. And I think it is cute. I like the little drawings as well, because I feel like they're so personalized. Also, like, the little thing's so cute. I wanted to see if I could talk to the dog, because the dog is really cute, but the dog is so rude. I don't know why the dog's rude. It's kind of sad. And him calling us a twat is kind of insane. Not gonna lie. But the little thing is like, it's so cute because the character recognizes that, like, oh yeah, it's like his own little person. I think it's cute. Roman, I had a funny dream. I wanted to tell you about it, so please come over, Tim. In case you forgot, like, he showed how to get there. And, like, he was like, a distraction, yay! And I think that's cute. And then here, I found out that you could walk through the bushes, which I thought was cute. Lately, our character has been feeling numb, less aware of things around him, and even himself. And he feels like the sun warming his skin, but he remembers it being warmer. So right here, we found out that, the bridge was missing a piece, and we had to go find it. And then he drew a little bird because there's a bird in the tree. It was tweeting. It was like tweet, 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 tweet. I think this is cute. It's like a little puzzle for you to do. I did wander for a little bit trying to figure out where the wood panels were for the bridge because I wasn't able to find them for a little bit because I didn't understand where they were. So I was like checking the bushes, seeing if it was in there in the screen before. Not too sure where it is. So yeah, I did that. I also looked near the character's house to see if there was anything, like if he could hop the logs or whatnot, like what was there, what wasn't. So that was really nice. And then after a while, I was like, where is it? I did end up looking for it and trying to find it because it was like unable to be found and I just couldn't find it to save my life. So at this point I started wandering around again, checking bushes and trying to go back to that third scene where the bridge is. And after finding out that you can like go through the bushes, you think I would have went through that bottom one that you can kind of see has an opening in the fence, but I didn't. because I didn't realize it was there. So I wandered for like another like minute or two just trying to find it. And I ended up looking it up to find it. So I had to like look at a whole different video and do it that way trying to find it because I wasn't smart enough to go to the fence and try to go through the fence because hopping a fence does not sound fun at all. And yeah, it just took a while. That's why I stood there for so long because I was looking it up. And then I thought I found it, like I thought it would be at the house, but no. It was like right there where I was standing, just down a little. So it's like, wow, real smartness over here. Because I knew it was in like a bush or something. Like I knew it was like in nature somewhere. I just didn't know where it was. So after a while, I googled it again because I was like, there, it has to be here. It has to be somewhere here. So I kept searching and searching and searching. And it's so funny when you're like trying to find it and you don't know what's going on. Because you're like, oh, where is it? What's going on here? It's just an odd placement. It's just weird. But that's okay. Because not everything's the best. And I also spent time like texting people while also looking it up. Because people were texting me and asking me questions. So the random stops are because I was texting people and looking up where the panels were because I could not find them. I tried my hardest to find it. After looking it up and going, oh, and I got stuck on a fence. I went, oh, and was like, wow, that looks familiar. I ended up looking at the bush and going, I can go through this. And then I found out. And there was a naked man just standing with flowers covering him because it's weird. And it was odd. And I don't understand why it was like that. But the man was just sitting there staring at me menacingly. But he ended up not bothering me at all. Because I kind of did want to talk to him. But it didn't let me. But I found the planks. And I was like so dumbfounded because they were like right where I should have looked. But I didn't realize I could go through that bit because I swear there was a piece of fence there. And then I waddled away, checking for stuff, just waddling. I did want to see if you could get like those shirts from off the thing because I was just curious if you could. But instead, he wrote something about the broken mirror, which I did skip over something apparently because there was a blank page. But I don't know what I skipped over. Maybe I should have went to the lake. I don't know. But I just couldn't figure it out what it was. But Alex is a nice person because she's like, how are you? It's okay. And then she talked about like how her day was, but she lost her water bottle. And I thought we were going to have to go on a side quest to find it, but we ended up not. Because the side quest was canceled against my own will, and she never asked me to look for it, which I think would have been better if that was a side quest instead of like the main quest of going to go find our friend Tim. Because I don't know where Tim is. Tim might have got evicted for a while. But, that's okay. And hopefully, it's all nice and everything because we like talking to Alex. Alex is sweet. I went through the opening. There were sheep, and they were like animated cutely. They're a little chunky, but that's okay. We like chunky sheep because they're cute. Um, we ended up finding like that little river again with the naked man, but this time he was on the other side. And we're not sure why he ended up on the other side, how he ended up on the other side. He might have swam over, but for some reason then he's hiding behind a thing of grass. So I'm not entirely sure what that was about. I just kind of said okay and moved on. And then I finally found a house. It looked like a hobo house. And I checked around it to see if there was anything that he would write about. He did not. We just kind of went into Tim's house. He didn't really have a choice. We just kind of came in. I was looking at all this stuff. However, he had forgotten about the dream. And I instantly went, aw. Because when you're excited for someone to tell you something and they forget, you get like pretty sad because you're like, I wanted to know about it though. But you didn't. And it's a weird concept. It's a weird thing. And, well, hopefully it will get better soon. But, yeah, he was like, see you out, which is kind of like a way of get out of my house, but in like a polite way. And I don't just want to walk off, so I told him good night, which I did get an achievement for. You can see that in the bottom corner. I got an achievement for saying goodnight to Tim, because it's so sweet. And, of course, Tim's like, get home safe, right? So I'm just waddling, going back home. I wrote something, I forgot. Tim forgot his dream, but it's not his fault. I forget my dreams all the time. And then, like, I'm missing an entire page on the other, like, part of the journal. I don't know what was supposed to be there. I never found out what was supposed to be there, which made me kind of sad. But we ended up looking at Alex's house. Alex didn't answer, so I went to the lake because I didn't go over there earlier in the day. And she's just staring there, staring at the geese. And she's like, hey, I'm just taking in the night sky because she was really sleepy after her walk. And she didn't do anything all day. But she doesn't want to feel sad about it because she just needed sleep. And she told us good night because she's such a little sweetie. And we just kind of waddled home. I'm relatively sure I was singing the duck song while walking away, which I'm not going to sing because I don't feel like being copyrighted. But we just kind of waddled back, you know. And why we're glowing, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to ignore that. Then, you know, our character had like a realization. Maybe he is just sad. He doesn't know why, but that's okay. He should let himself be sad. He doesn't have to know why. And that maybe he has been too obsessed with being happy or seeming happy, but he should feel what he feels, and that's okay. And we just kept waddling. And honestly, I like this game with the nighttime feature because it's so cute. It's giving like ominous cuteness. And I went to say goodnight to the dog because maybe he was being in a better mood, but he was not. He called us a loser, and that's not okay. That's very mean. You shouldn't call people a loser. Because most people aren't a loser. And he's like, nothing happened, but at least he got out of bed, which is not always easy, but it's enough. And he's like, maybe tomorrow will be better. I wanted to look at his painting and his computer, but it wouldn't let me, so we went to sleep. And then it was a really short game, honestly. And we finished it within 15 minutes and 22 seconds. Yeah, that's a second. And I think it was a really cute game. I really liked it. Um, and, with this one being the one with my voice with it, I will find a better headset. That way I don't have to do voiceovers anymore, because doing voiceovers kind of sucks, I'm not going to lie. But, it was a good game and everything, and we love it.